Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of OffCentered. Today we are going to be talking about gender roles.
I'm sorry, that's my signature laugh here.
You say that one more time. You say that one more time, bro.
Look, man, you can't take my signature to smile away, man, or laugh away. But that's a really good topic, gender roles. When I think about like gender roles, right, and this is not because I believe it, you think about the woman in the kitchen, you think about when you think about a nurse, you think about more of a woman, you think when they're born, they're picked, what do they do by their gender, right? So do I think gender roles is important? To a certain degree, it can be helpful, it can be effective, but I don't think it should be used as a permanent title or as a permanent thing that you just automatically just do because you are that gender. For example, right? I think that, okay, like if I'm a man and there's a pothole in the top of the roof, I think she would expect me to go fix that, right? If I can do it. I wouldn't expect her to be like, hey babe, you know what? There's a pothole in the top of the roof and you need to go fix it. Or the grass needs to be cleaning. You need to go fix that, right?
And I would expect myself to be doing those things anyway. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, I think that it can be effective if it's not a permanent thing that is attached to somebody. I don't think, for example, I don't expect my wife to cook for me every day. But like, if I'm cutting the grass or I'm fixing the pothole on the top of the roof and she cooks more than I do, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it if there is an agreement that you guys make with each other. But do I think it should be a permanent thing that you're stuck with? No, I don't think it's effective in that way. And anything you do with moderation can work. And that's my kind of understanding of it.
So let me ask you this though. How is it not permanent? By the way, just in case they ain't cut to me yet, I'm here too. But yeah, man, how is it not permanent if it's something that you already discussed or figured out about each other? Because here's the thing about knowing somebody, right? At some point you start knowing their tendencies and stuff like that, so that you don't even have to communicate and stuff. You just know what to do and all that type of stuff. So how is it not permanent if you're already expecting that from each other?
Is that a question to who?
Yeah, that was a question to Mickey.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I feel like any of us can answer, but that's how the reason it's not permanent. For example, if she doesn't do it, I'm not gonna feel like, oh, that's your job. You're a woman and your place is in the kitchen. No, that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? But I think understandingly, we use our assets. For example, because and this is not to sound sexist, but there are things that she can do better than I do. There are things that that I can do better. We're born with different strength. I'm gonna be naturally physically strong most of the time, right? Because and I don't want to sound sexist, but because I'm a man, right? But so I'm gonna do the things that involves more strength. But doesn't mean she's not capable of doing it. Doesn't mean she can't do it as effective or do it. That doesn't mean that I have to hold her accountable to these things, because it's not fair. I don't expect her to do it. If she does it, then it's it's a nice gesture, it's a nice thing, but I don't expect anyone to be stuck with a permanent title because of their sex. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be completely honest, this is an annoying question. For the simple fact that at the end of the day, if you don't think you fit in, that you're required to fit into a role, whether it's because of your gender, whether it's because of your age, whether it's because of the person that you are within society, you need to get over yourself. Like, I'm gonna be straight up with you. At the end of the day, we all fit into categories to be useful to other people. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. No, it is. Like, we all fit into categories to be useful to other people. Like, no, it's. I think this is dumb. I really do. Because here's the thing, right?
I can't believe you're saying something like
Bro,
that.
no, this is dumb. This is the. Now, let me preface this by saying this, because y'all, I think you guys are taking my words and being like, I'm from the 50s. That's not what I'm saying. Because with time, those roles evolve as well. As society evolves, those roles evolve. So yeah, back in the day, those roles used to be dudes do manual labor and then women stay in the kitchen and that type of stuff. That's not the type of society we're in anymore. Okay. However, you fit into a role, and whether it's because of your gender, whether it's because of your age, whether it's because of who you are as a person, you fit into a certain role, and you trying to, like, look how ridiculous society is right now. Like, look how everybody's trying to be everything and nothing is working. You know, this is not how it works. You think that if you run a family, I know I've been talking for long, but you think that if you have a family, right? If you have a family and your son says, I don't want to be the son anymore, you're going to look at him and be like, you're an idiot. Like, what the heck is wrong with you? No, for real, hold on. Here's my thing. No, there isn't.
There's a difference between your biology and what you do. Like, for example, if you're a male, then you're a male.
There is, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. But your biology also affects what you do. Your biology also affects what you do. Like, no matter what you say. Yeah, because you just said that I'm a man, so I'm generally physically stronger. Okay. Which means that I'm going to tend to do the things that require more physical strength. But you know why you said that? It's not because you're sexist. It's because you have common sense. Like, let's be real. Why would I ask my wife to go cut the grass when I could do it? That makes no sense. Okay, that makes no sense.
Doesn't mean she's not capable of doing it if you're not
Nobody said that. But here's the thing, right? Let's be real. Because here's where I'm gonna give all the credit to women. If we're being honest, they could do pretty much everything we can. They don't necessarily need us to do anything for them. So here's the thing. If you're not going to let me cut the grass, what the heck am I supposed to do? Like, no, for real. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. No, I'm going to be real with you. If you're not, like, let's say I'm trying to do this for you. I'm trying to open the door for you. You're like, nah. You know, I'm trying to cut the grass. You're like, nah. I'm trying to do these things for you.
Nobody's saying that he's not gonna let you do these things. Like,
but see, here's my thing. I know you're not saying that, but because of the gender role, bro, they like, I could do it myself. At the end of the day, we all need to fit into a specific role within whatever hierarchy we're in, whether it's your family, whether it's your job, and those are things that tend to be established over time, whether it's through communication or just getting used to each other. But at the end of the day, eventually you're gonna fit into a role whether you like it or not, and it's gonna tend to be because of the person you are, whether it's because of gender or age or whatever. So if you're talking about gender roles, at the end of the day, gender roles exist because at the end of the day, we can't live within chaos. You need a role to play, and that role is gonna be because of the traits you have.
No.
Hey, I'm probably not gonna talk for the rest of the time. I just wanted to get that off my chest. This is annoying to me.
What do you think? What do you think?
I feel like gender roles are just like another thing on a long list of things that people complain about. To me, like, there's nothing that a woman can't do that like a man can, and vice versa. Like, I think of us as equals. In fact, I'm attracted to powerful women, and I'll put that out there. But yeah.
Well, you see, the thing is that gender role is good if you play the right way. You know what I mean? I feel like now you see more women coaches. You see like a lot of women referees and a male, sporting events. Yeah, and stuff like that. But for me, as a husband, I would rather cut the grass, and I want this balance in the family, obviously. But then, as a husband, you have to do a little bit more towards in the household, such as cutting the grass. Maybe the balance comes in when you cook. Some days you will cook and some days she will cook. You know what I mean? And most likely, because she's already doing a lot with the kids and stuff like that. Of course, I'm gonna spend time with the kids, but mother spend time with the kids more than the husband does. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Because the husband does so much more outside of the, outside the house and everything like that. So, and the husband goes to play basketball and all that stuff. But for me, I think that is a balance, but I would do a little bit extra when it comes to the gender role. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would cut the grass. If something is missing or something needs to be fixed, then I will be the person to go out there and fix it.
So you're saying, but you're not really waiting for a particular, like someone to do something just because it plays in their.
Well, it's all about compromising. You compromise with her. You tell her, I would rather do it because I'm a man. But if she feel differently, then it just the selfless in her. You know what I mean? Of course, the neighbors probably gonna look at it weird, like, what is she doing this for? But
why is she cutting the grass?
Why she's cutting the grass? But for me, I would want to cut your guys. I would be taking more the apprehensive to go do it, obviously. But sometimes you basically doing something else. You never know. You know.
See,
so
look.
I'm more about the communication, the balance and stuff like that. So
look, I'm not against gender role if it means that, but you're not permanently stuck with a role. Like, I'm not expecting you to because you're a woman, because like you said. Okay, the nice thing is I think it's like Steve, but you're right with this, right? You're right with you play with your strength, right? That's fair. But I'm not gonna assume, and I'm not gonna make you be stuck with a role because you're that sex. It's not fair. I think at the end of the day, I think it's important to play with our strength, but I think it's also important that we do what is convenient to us that day, or what is recommended of us that day, not because based on sex or anything. But at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, like I said before, like, I wouldn't expect my wife to go cut the grass, because for me, it's just more of a gentleman thing to do. For what is it called? What is the term called? Chivalry. For me, it's a more chivalrous thing to do, but doesn't mean it's like, oh, she can't do it herself. Bro, let me tell you something. And not to take too much of this time, so I went to this graduation in Tampa. It was USF, right? What is it? USF. I counted 50 women graduate before I count a 1 male graduate. Telling you, these women are taking over, man. They don't need us, and I say this in a good way. That means we should step up. So at the end of the day, like, I don't think you should attach any form of permanent role to them just because they're a woman. Not saying that gender role can be effective if it's not permanent.
Here's my point, right? Like I said, it's not about gender. It's about roles in general. Usually, and like you said, it's not about being permanent because
What do you want a woman head coach?
What that got to do with it? First of all, that's sports, and second of all, why not? If she knows what she's doing, there's no problem with that. But here's the thing. I'm saying in terms of roles. See, my problem is this. My problem is that people want to take roles because, like, the reason I brought up the son thing earlier, right? You'll see kids pretty much lead their parents. You know what I mean? The roles are off balance at that point. You'll see dogs being the dominant figure in their own house. Like, you feel me? The dog's role is to be the dog. You're supposed to be the dog's leader. But because people don't establish their role in their household. Bro, it don't matter. It don't matter. Melvin, you being extra right now. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, roles are established. Roles are established according to your own situation. It's not about gender. If let's say you out of work and your wife is the one working, then you probably should be the one doing the housework because you can't let her come back from work and then be doing it. But roles are established based on your situation. Gender roles are dumb. Like, the whole concept of it is stupid.
It's a culture thing.
Just get to your point. What you're saying, yeah, it's kind of true. But the thing is,
this is the last.
But it has to be based on, okay, these people are not really building their family structure based on principle and respect. Because at the end of the day, you should know, like you said, every role is important, right?
But I'm saying,
but at the end of the day, if you're gonna let a child tell you what to do, because then your family.
But I'm saying this is what society is doing to us with dumb concepts like this, where they're like, because of gender, because of, like, bro, this is a dumb concept. I got you, but this is a dumb concept. At the end of the day, you're gonna fit into the situation you're gonna fit into the role that the situation demands you fit in. But people are like, I'm a girl, and because of what women were confined to in the past, I'm never gonna go in the kitchen. Try that jump with somebody who actually wants balance in his house and see if that works. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And just like a girl, right? Just like a girl. If you're a man and you think, oh, because I'm a man, I never go in the kitchen. And you try that with a girl that knows what she wants, that knows her value, and that knows what she can provide, it's not gonna go down. Because at the end of the day, first, like I said, that's outdated. That's outdated. That's not the. So at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, I think the concept is dumb. Your role is the role that you established for yourself through all the stuff that.
You can respectfully disagree. It's
Well,
alright, bro.
The comments would answer. The comments would be the one that's gonna, tell us how they feel and stuff like that. So I feel like, what I mean, we're just gonna wait for them to answer.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. So, we don't know who's right or wrong right now. So the comments will be the one that you see.
I'm sorry. But all right. We can respectfully disagree. It's fine. But all right, guys. Thank you for watching OffCentered. Like I said, comment, like, press the subscribe button. Thank you so much again. Okay.